In today's video, I'm going to share with you my favorite 5 easy, expressive blues licks. Hi, this is David. The 5 licks that you're about to learn are very simple, and if you're just learning them note per note, you're completely missing the point of this lesson. This lesson is about musical expression, using music as a language, which it is, but not approaching the language of music as you would with a foreign language. You see, typically when you're in school and learning a foreign language, you will learn a big list of vocabulary, grammar rules, key sentences, things that are okay if you want to have the basic skills of communication in that language. You can ask for directions maybe, or look at a menu in a restaurant, things like that. But that method won't teach you how to pour your soul into what you're saying in that language. You're not going to be able to write a poem or express love or hate or all those deeply emotional things in that foreign language. So why am I telling you that? I'm telling you that because what we're doing here is taking very simple words, licks, and adding our own expression to them. That means that we're not going to say these licks or play these licks exactly how they're written. I'm going to coach you through the whole thing. The backing track we're going to use here is in B minor, and you can download this backing track and the tabs for the licks completely free. There's a link below that'll take you to a sign up page. Sign up once and you'll get access to those downloads and all the other downloads on the channel for free. Okay, lick number 1. Pretty simple, only a few notes. We're only using that first position of the B minor pentatonic scale. We're starting with the blue note, sliding into the 5th. That's the only thing that might be a little different, but nothing crazy here. But this lick is simple by design, because now we can take some liberties. It's like saying a word in a lot of different ways. It's an exercise in communication. I could say the word love like that, love, or love, or love, or love. You get the point. We're gonna do that musically on this lick. I'm gonna play it the way it's written. Not very expressive. Now I'm gonna take some liberties. Maybe I'll try to play the last note really softly. Maybe with the fingers. Maybe I'll take even more liberties with the rhythm. Instead of playing it static, like it's written, I'm going to play behind the beat, so really take my time. Some vibratos. So I'm adding a few words surrounding this, because you don't want to just play that word over and over. You want to create sentences. Okay, you get the idea? It's really taking something that is written and making it your own. Let's try the same thing with the next lick. So simple. Let's try it one more time. So here we have 16th notes, 4 notes per beat, and again, we're taking a lot of liberty in terms of saying that word. The lick itself uses a string skip here. That might be the only technical thing. Just make sure that you're reaching for that string properly. And once you have that last note, which is on the 3rd string, 7th fret, we're adding something to it. Now that something is up to you. We can add a tiny little vibrato, something like this, or maybe a quarter step bend, raising it a tiny bit, or a half step, or a full step. You kind of experiment with that. See what you want to say with that. Okay, I ended on that half step. Maybe delay that. Make them wait for it. Notice something here. I'm starting with a strong attack, and I ended very, very softly here at the very last note. And I did that because I wanted you to pay attention to that last note. It's counterintuitive, I know. Oftentimes when we want to be heard, we speak loudly, but really it doesn't work like that. It's all about contrast. If I'm telling you something really softly, like, there's a bear over there. I don't know if you heard that, but you're going to pay attention to that because of the contrast, almost like this secret. So here, that's what I'm doing. I'm giving you this little secret. Little note is my secret to you. If you heard it, great, you can benefit from my little nugget of secret. It's very, very subtle, but it makes a big difference. Okay, with that in mind, let's take a look at lick number 3. Let's try it one more time. This is so pleasant to play. I love this lick because it kind of breaks the traditional way of playing a pentatonic scale where you will have a succession of left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, ascending or descending the strings. And when I say left, right, I mean from my perspective. My left is towards the neck, my right is towards the bridge, and typically when we play, we will do a succession of left, right, left, right, left, right, left, right, right, left, right, left, something like that. In this lick, we're kind of breaking that because we do start with left, right, left, and then left. And this is kind of awkward there. A little bar there on the 2nd and 3rd string of the 7th fret. But it sounds different. It still sounds in the home of the pentatonic scale. I'm not using any exotic scales, but sounds a little different to do a succession of right or left. This track is so much fun, I could go on for hours. You should download it after watching this video. It's free, again, the link's below. Okay, lick number 4. I love this one. Try it again. The reason I love this one so much is because it uses the blue note, which typically is a transitional note, a passing tone note, and it really builds a phrase or a word using that blue note. Now, the blue note I'm talking about is the flat 5, right? The note that is between the perfect 4th and the perfect 5th. And so in our scale, we have it right here on the 5th string, 8th fret. We also have it right here on the 3rd string, 10th fret. In that note there, typically we're not going to land on that because it sounds kind of tense, right? But we're going to use it as a passing tone. It's more accepted that way. Well, we're going to use that still as a passing tone, but we're going to hear it a lot more. Check this out. Here it is. Something like that. That thing. So as far as playing that, we're basing this on 16th notes, so 4 notes per beat. Taka, 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 taka. We're starting on the 2nd 16th notes of a beat. So if this is a beat, in your mind, you're counting taka, 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 and you start on the 2nd one. Taka, 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 taka. So get used to that. And then let me show you, well, the way to play this lick. So we're starting with a bend on the 3rd string, 9th fret. And then we're going on to the 2nd string, 7th fret. So this is heard quite a bit, right? There's a lot of licks that use that. It just falls under the fingers really well. But here's the twist. Once we did that, we're going to play that blue note here on the 3rd string, 10th fret, and then back to the 2nd string, 7th fret, and slide 1 fret down to the 6th. And this pitch is the blue note. It sounds just like the third string 10th fret. So we have a succession of blue notes here. Right? And then we have this, which is two right notes in a row. So on the third string, fret number 9, fourth string 9, and then we're just going to end the lick. So all together with the backing track, we're ending that little bend. And again, we can be creative with this. Maybe the fingers. Play with loud notes, soft notes. Maybe I'll stutter this. Okay, here is our fifth lick. Probably the simplest lick out of all of them, but the most expressive one. Okay, here it is. We're just descending the minor pentatonic scale, or the minor blues scale, I should say, because we have that blue note between the fourth and the fifth here. We're starting with a bend on that first string, 10th fret. I'm doing it with my pinky, and it's kind of rare to use the pinky. You can do it with your ring, whatever you want, but I like to do it with the pinky. I don't know why, I just like to. And full step bend. Play that 10th fret again without the bend, so that's the second note, and then just descend all the way down to that fourth string, 9th fret, and then add a little thing to that third string, 7th fret. Now we can have fun with this. We can be very expressive with this one. We can be expressive with the approach of that first bend, that rake there, where I'm doing this noise approaching that note. And that's done by using the inside of your left hand just on the fret, so that if you strum, you just hear this noise. I'm also using the palm of my right hand here. And you just need to end with that bend. So you can do a small rake or a full rake across all the strings. You can maybe experiment with, instead of doing this pull off here between the blue note and the fourth and the minor third, maybe attack everyone. Sounds a little different. Let's try it over the backing track. I'll try a big rake, and then I'll alternate pick all the notes descending. Something like that. And notice I didn't start on the 1, that's okay. I'll play some notes a little softer. And it's really important when you're trying one of these licks to not just play the lick over and over. What you want to do is use that lick as a word in between other words, other licks, because a word by itself that's baby talk, you know? Drink, drink, drink. It's like my son. That's all he wants something, go straight to the word. Yes, it's effective, but it's not very expressive. So try that lick amongst other ideas that you might have, and keep your ideas really close to each other. Don't start something here and then go. And then everything should be developed. I don't like saying should in these lessons. I don't like saying should because music is something that is very personal. So no, you should do whatever you want. This is your language. Music is a universal language. Use it as you will. The only reason I said you should keep your ideas contained is for most listeners who like things that are simple, so that they can almost participate to the experience and engage mentally a different part of their brain. Instead of just listening, they're almost participating and waiting to see what you're going to say with that word next. All right, so what do you do at this point? Well, first of all, you download the backing track and the tabs, and you have fun with this. You explore what you want to say over this. And also, if you want a little bit more help with everything music, you should check out my free Music Theory DNA course, which has been redone recently. It's new videos. I think you're really going to like it. It's helped tons of players. Check it out, guitarinfusion.com. If all that is not enough, if you're still watching this, well, I'll meet you right there. This right here is a collection of other blues licks that you would really enjoy, I think. Combine these with what you just did today. Oh my gosh, magic happens. Check that out. I'll meet you right there. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.